iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, on Wednesday night for some IROC racing presented by Salt Flat Racing. It is round number 4 right here from the Milwaukee Mile. A very odd track up here at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. Well, we already said it. It's Milwaukee, race fans, and it's round number 4. Tonight, being round number 4, we've been to Michigan, we've been to Auto Club, we've been to Las Vegas, and we've had 3 different winners this season. The big unit, Randy Johnson, last season's champion, has picked up a win. Jordan Smith, the hot shoe driver from last season, he picked up a win. And one of those rookies from last season, Quincy Atkins, loses the rookie stripe, and he picks up another win. So that's 2 wins for Quincy Atkins in the last 2 seasons. Brings Randy Johnson's total to hovering at 6 over just the last 2 seasons. And Jordan Smith also at 6. So a lot of stout competition here tonight. And, well, those drivers that all have wins, guess where they're going to be starting here tonight? We're going to invert the field. It looks like 23 drivers have logged in and registered here at the Milwaukee Mile, and they are inverted by points. So when we get to the grid here, which is already set, remember that. The field here tonight, as practice is over, they are inverted. So Randy Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Cody Levitt, Cole Day, they will all start at the tail end of the field. Drivers like Hancock and Valenzuela, Farrow, and Woodard should all start towards the front of the field here, barring that they have made every race this season. You have to make 1 or 2 consecutive races to earn your front row starting spot here if you're at the tail of the points, as it looks like we're getting ready here for our starting lineup here tonight. So let's head down trackside to get the starting lineup here from the Milwaukee Mile. Starting on the front row of your race energy drink starting lineup, it's the driver out of Utah driving the Draft Top Rays energy drink 04 of Danny Valenzuela. Starting P number 2, right alongside him, it's his West Coast partner in crime. It's the 62 of Colton Farrow. Starting in position number 3 and 4 to be the 2 teammates out of the Mean Streaks stables, it's Vernon Woodard in the 73 and Patrick Smith in the 79. Starting in position number 5 out of Georgia, driving the number 77, the Simbox Motorsports driver, this is Doug Neal. Starting in the 6th position, rookie, this is the number 17 of Craig Hawkins. Starting in position number 7 out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the number 40 here tonight, it is Josiah Millen. Starting in the 8th position, it is the driver out of Virginia, driving the number 15 of Peyton Johnson. Darrell Clotter for the Coast to Almost Coast race team will start is number 26, 9th here tonight, and rounding out the top 10, it'll be the 48 of Todd Poston. Starting in 11th will be the driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania, driving the number 31, Donald Bennett. Jamie Leach in the 88 will roll off 12th. 13th here tonight to go to the 61, 3-wide motorsport, DJ Mitzel. And then it'll be the 56 of Stephen Pugh in 14th. 15th to go to Jeff Berger, had one of the quickest times in our practice session. He'll start 15th. 16th to go to the South Carolina, number 75, Quincy Atkins. Jordan Smith will go 17th. 18th, the Racing Jason 98 out the gate, Dobbs. And then it'll be Cole Day starting 19th. 20th to be Cody Levitt. 21st to be Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson. Then it's Randy Johnson back there starting in that 22nd position. 23rd on the grid here tonight will be Russ Hancock, and it looks like one driver not going to get to the grid. It'll be the number 17 actually, of Craig Hawkins. Russ Hancock tags the back of the field here as we're getting ready. It'll be 75 laps will be the distance here at Milwaukee. The iRacing pace truck is down and away, and we are racing for the first time here tonight, as it looks like Colton Farrell is a little bit trigger happy. We're called trigger happy here tonight. He was ready to go right away, and some drivers towards the back. It looks like Doug Neal didn't quite get a good start. We're going to bottleneck him up towards the back here, but down the back straightaway for the race lead is Vernon Woodard. Here he comes to the inside of Danny Valenzuela. Valenzuela going to really send her off. He's going to whale the wall with that 04. I was just about to say how Danny hasn't had a good season so far here to start the year, and he's going to put the 04 machine straight up into the outside wall. That means the 73 of Vernon Woodard takes to the point here. He leads lap number 1 as the caution flag is going to come out. It looks like a couple of them turned around down here. Looks like the number 40 of Josiah Millen is involved. It looks like the 5 of Jordan Smith is also turned around. And possibly Ryan Johnson may also be involved. A lot of damage to that number 5 of Jordan Smith. That will bring out the first caution flag here this evening. Well, that didn't take long. The drivers here tonight said the cars were pretty loose, and, well, we just saw the caution flag come out. So let's take a look back here on a Raise Energy Drink replay. Watch that number 40 of Millen. Oh, Dobbs gets into Pugh, and then Pugh straight into the side of Millen. Millen going to turn her around, and he goes to a stop, and Jordan Smith pile drives right into the number 40 of Josiah Millen. So Jordan Smith, Josiah Millen, Stephen Pugh, and Jason Dobbs all involved here. Let's take a look back here. Let's ride on board with Jordan Smith. Oh, Millen just tried to gather it up and didn't want to go up into the track, so he hit the hooks, and Smith just nowhere to go. See if we can grab another onboard here. On board with Dobbs. There you see Dobbs. He didn't know Pugh was coming down, and he was full send right there into Pugh. There you see more contact there with Smith and Millen. Let him bring out the first caution flag here of the evening at the Milwaukee Mile. And there's Jordan Smith. He sits down on pit road currently. Going to get some damage repaired on that number 5 entry. So that is your timing and scoring as they run currently here as the first caution flag of the evening flies at Milwaukee. And, you know, taking a look at the facts here at this track, it is a very odd track here at Milwaukee. We call it odd as, yes, it's a 1-mile oval. There's nothing wrong with the 1-mile oval. We race a ton of them here with the IROC series. The only difference is, I don't believe we go to a flatter track than right here in Milwaukee. It is only 9.25. So 9.25 degrees of banking down in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The straightaways here do have a little bit of banking also, but it is only 2.5 degrees of banking. So it's very, very flat out here tonight. It looks like the lights on the iRacing pace car are off, and it is being shown that we're going to go back racing here to a single file restart, I believe, because the lights are off and nobody has doubled them up here. So that does indicate to us that we are going green flag racing single file style. That is a rule here in the IROC series. If not everybody completes a lap under green flag, it will revert back to a single file restart. So as we get ready to come off of turn number 4, Vern Woodard, Colton Farrell, Patrick Smith, Danny Valenzuela, and Peyton Johnson. iRacing pace truck is down and in, and let's get ready. All 23 drivers back out onto the speedway, and the green flag is out once again. Vernon Woodard going to lead us off of turn number 2, so it all looks good for the top 2 spots. Here comes Peyton Johnson down to the inside. Big Johnson going to pick up P number 4. He has moved up 4 spots, and right behind him, the driver that didn't get much practice time, the driver out of Virginia. This is the number 48 of Todd Poston. He has moved himself up into P number 5. Right behind him, the South Carolina driver, Quincy Atkins, look down towards a little bit farther back. 3 wide racing there. That's the number 21 of Jeff Berger. That's the 12 of Randy Johnson and Stephen Pugh. Danny Valenzuela is still hung it to the outside. He has not been able to work down to the inside of the speedway. There you see the driver out of Utah. He just gets passed by the other Utah driver there. That's the 21 of Jeff Berger. So Berger headed in the right direction. Right now, Valenzuela's headed in the wrong direction here tonight. Jeff Berger a little sideways out of the corner. He has to catch that car a little bit. Working to his outside, it's a driver that's out of Las Vegas. That's the 38 of Cody Blevin. He's picked up 10 spots since the drop of the green flag. Turned a lot of practice laps here tonight before coming into the server. Probably turned more practice laps here at an unusual track than he's turned at the Talladega Super Speedway. He did just pick up, one car around towards the back of the field. That's the 31 of Donald Bennett, the driver out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Goes for a little bit of a slide, smashes the inside wall. Watch this back here, see what happened to Donald Bennett. Now he just goes back into the gas and too fast into the gas and straight into the wall. That's our Raise Energy drink or replay. There's your race leader, though. Vernon Woodard has checked out a 2.5 seconds just about over Colton Farrell, and then these two that are battling, they are currently sitting about almost 4 seconds back from the race leaders. This is the, I want to call it the 30, but it's actually the 48 of Todd Poston, picking up position number 3. There's Randy Johnson, and you want to talk about a driver that has been absolutely obliterating the field here tonight. He has moved up 17 spots, the big unit. Season 4 IROC champion of Randy Johnson, and he's going to pick up another one here. I'm not sure if Randy's been practicing all week, but that car has not come off the bottom of the speedway. And it is looking pretty stout. And he's got Quincy Atkins hot to trot there. Poston. Atkins sideways right in front of the 21 of Jeff Bergner. Bergner going to scoot on by. Quincy Atkins going to go 3 wide. They're almost 4 wide back there. Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson is right there too. So everybody right now here tonight, ice skating around, looking them down the back straightaway. Smith has a little bit of a problem. That's Patrick Smith on the outside of the number 79 entry. Everybody working to the inside. There goes Tiny Horse Johnson. Here comes Jamie Leach also looking to the inside. Right now, Patrick Smith stuck to the outside, and Danny Valenzuela, one of them sideways, the 48 of Poston. The postman was sideways. How he just hung onto that 48 was, it looked like Donald Bennett, just in a different color. Only difference is Todd Poston's able to hang on to it and keep on ticking. Now Jeff Bergner will work to the inside. This is the kind of track that really, features the driver's skills for the driver of that number 21. The old sprint car driver, asphalt sprint car driver. And, the reason we say it fits his driving style, he really likes to let the car hang out. Kind of set it on that right rear and drive it off the corner. That's how he said the sprint cars used to drive out west there before they put the big old wing on the top of them and slowed them down a little bit. Now he said it's like driving a 305, hold it matted to the floor. And he has kind of handed the helmets over to some of the younger Bergner talent. Peyton Johnson still battling here inside the top 5. He gets around that 48 of Todd Poston. Poston now stuck to the outside. Ryan Johnson looking to pick up a spot with that number 3. Post is going to scrape the wall. Here comes Jamie Leach. Now, he won the season, I believe it was season 3 championship, if I remember reaching down into the stat book. He'll pick up position 8. So Jamie Leach headed into the right direction. Jordan Smith back here. He's trying to yeet all he can yeet, as he'll work to the inside of the Tennessee driver of Dobbs. Dobbs and him gonna close quarter race it down here in 1. They are battling currently for the 18th position. Smith is going to pick up that spot. Look at the other Smith out there on the track. The driver of that number 79. There you see him on the screen. That is Patrick Smith. He started at the front of this field, row number 2. He has fallen back all the way to the 17th position. He's one of those drivers that got put to the outside and straight to the back he went. The other driver that started in the front row and got put to the back, it's that driver, the 04 of Danny Valenzuela. Once you just get put straight to the top of the track, you just can't go anywhere. Here comes Randy. The big unit making another pass. He'll pick up P number 2 from Colton Farrow. And now he'll set his sights up upon him. Right in front of him. You see that little speck way down yonder, about a half a straightaway out? That's the purple number 73 of Vernon Woodard. Woodard hasn't had to pick up many positions here tonight, but boy, has he put on a blistering pace. Last time by, he was still the fastest driver on the speedway. Let's check this time by at the timing and scoring stripe, as it's actually going to be Randy Johnson, I'm being told here, looking at the scoring. He was the fastest driver on the speedway. It was a 30.88 to a 31.02 there for Vernon Woodard, so the big unit is laying them up and knocking them down. Knocking them down, here comes Jeff Berger. He's going to knock down Colton Farrow. I'm looking at the Colton Farrow entry, and I believe, there is right front damage on that number 62. He has definitely been into the outside wall at least a time or two. You really don't want to knock that right front fender off these machines, because if you knock them off, boy, is it going to be a long night for you. One driver started in the pits here tonight, and that is the number 17, the rookie of Craig Hawkins. Had to start from pit row, was scheduled to start inside the top 10 here. Started from pit road and has stayed on the lead lap virtue of that caution flag. But Vernon Woodard is coming. There he is. There's your race leader. So Vern's coming. Hawkins right now has to hit that loud pedal and let the bald eagles scream out the tailpipes of this super late model. Otherwise, Vernon Woodard's going to catch him. We are 21 laps this time by in the books. Looking at it, thinking we're probably about 15 laps or so away from pit cycles. It should be a one-stop shop race here tonight. And remember, they only have one set of tires in the pits. Quincy Atkins and Peyton Johnson, along with Jamie Leach, right now run nose to tail. Just behind them, it's Cole Day. Cole Day finished last night at the Kentucky Speedway, actually, in the Cup Series. Was able to pick up a podium finish. Moved up double digits so far. Started 19th, now running 9th. The man who's lost the most positions, we've already talked about him. He got to the outside, got into the wall on lap number 1. It's the 04 of Danny Valenzuela. He's sitting there, running back in 20th, lost 19 spots. Colton Farrow continuing to drop like a rock since he got into the outside wall. Something you also got to consider, did he drive the tires off this 62? Colton Farrow really went hard there on that first stint of this one. And now the Bills fan out of Sparks, Nevada, is kind of put to the outside. And the car is not looking the same. The super late models here on iRacing do have the brand new version, the 7 tire model. We call it brand new. It's brand new to the super late model. It just came out about 10 weeks ago. To a lot of the other cars, like the Cup cars and the Arca Menards cars, they have already had the version 7 tire, along with the cars like the Porsches and the street stocks. These cars were one of the last cars, though, on iRacing to get that brand new tire model. So possibly Colton Farrow not liking that one too much. One driver we had set our sights on here coming into the night is the driver out of Georgia. It's the driver right behind Colton Farrow. It's right there. That's the Simbox driver of Doug Neal. The Skid Marks Motorsports entry of Neal going to go underneath Farrow. That'll pick him up into the 9th position. He has actually fallen back 4 spots since the drop of the green flag. I've had the pleasure of racing with Doug Neal in the super late models. I don't believe we actually got to run here at the Milwaukee Mile, but we ran at tracks like New Hampshire, and Neal were, well, he was pretty fast out there, so I picked him coming into the night to be one of those dark horse racers coming in, because I knew he had the experience with the super late model, and I know he likes to run flat tracks where you really have to manhandle the machines. Looks like Colton Farrow also sliding that time once again off turns number 4. He'll lose a spot to the number 38 of Cody Levin. So Doug Neal right now struggling as he's dropped back 4 spots. Man, the biggest mover. 20 spots here tonight, and it's been the big unit. And to talk about the big unit, he is closing in, actually, on Vernon Woodard. He's still pulling along Jeff Bergner, and Tiny Horse Johnson is right there also. So those drivers aren't going anywhere. There's Johnson in the black number 3, a rookie this season. So right now you have 2 rookies inside the top 5. Rookies, you can find the rookies on our timing and scoring race fans while you're tuning along here tonight. Any driver that has an R at the end of their final or their last name indicates that they are in their rookie season. Craig Hawkins did go a lap down to the race leader of Vernon Woodard. Woodard now entering turn number 1 while Randy Johnson just comes across the start-finish line. It looks like Berger having a little bit of trouble trying to get around the lap car down into turn number 1. Hawkins will go to the outside, and Berger going to be sideways down to the inside. Johnson had to check up. Hawkins had to check up in his 17 entry. Could have been a lot worse than it was. Jeff Berger right now holding on to that position. Ryan Johnson gave him the benefit of the doubt there. But how forgiving will Ryan Johnson be? Next time by to be 30 laps in the books, and it's been all Vernon Woodard out front. But I'm looking at it, it's still about 0.3 of a second faster for the big unit of Johnson. That's Randy Johnson as he works down the back straightaway. For all you Johnson fans out there, that's right. Which Johnson are we talking about? Is it Randy? Is it Ryan? Is it Peyton? Well, to let you race fans know, they're all inside the top 10. Take a look at that 7th position. That is the green number of 15 of Peyton Johnson. The gray number, the number 3, that is Ryan Johnson, and Randy Johnson is in the white number 12 entry. Nobody doing no side-by-side jigging. Oh, except for Colton. Colton Farrow was all sorts of out of shape, but no, he's going to get into Smith. Smith's going to throw it sideways, and he's going to stay, and the caution flag's going to come out. Colton Farrow on the backwards trend slide, getting into the number 5 of Jordan Smith, will bring out the caution flag. As I believe we were just about to see some drivers come to pit road for green flag pit stops. We will not need green flag pit stops tonight after this. We will be able to take the fuel run here in these IROCs and go all the way to the end of round number 4. Take the look back here at a Raise Energy Drink replay. Watch the 62 of Farrell as he goes right down to the corner and right into the left quarter panel. Pretty much drives it straight off into the corner. Dobbs just going to take advantage. He'll go right on by. Take the cockpit view here, right on board. I believe caution flag's already flying there. Let's see if we can get the truck to play that back a little bit farther. Here you go, on board Colton Farrow. See if we can get the truck. There it is. Slow it down a little bit. Watch this battle coming down here into the corner. There you see that 62 really sails it off into the corner, and Smith just right there in the way. Smith does a great job in that number 5 of hanging on to it. Going to lose a bunch of spots in the process, bringing out the caution flag. As it looks like one driver possibly just making a drive-through. I believe that's the 38 of Cody Levitt. Didn't actually stop in his pit box, so he'll have to come back down here. Looks like most drivers, 4 tires and fuel. Vernon Woodard now going to have a dancing partner here tonight. He did have a pretty good lead over the big unit, but now he's going to have to contend with Randy Johnson. So it'll be Woodard and Johnson on the front row. Peyton Johnson sitting there in 3rd, Jeff Bergner in 4th, Ryan Johnson in 5th, Jamie Leach in 6th, Cole Day in 7th, 8th to Doug Neal, 9th to Quincy Atkins, and Craig Hawkins will come out of pit road running in the 10th position. As we work the second caution flag of the night, race fans, we got to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If it's your first time catching us live here, well, we welcome you. And go ahead. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, smash the bell, get a notification anytime we go live, whether it's live here on YouTube or we even are live over on the Turn 3 Racing Network Facebook page. And, well, we bring you live racing action all the way from the dirt tracks at the Charlotte Dirt Track, all the way to the big track at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Daytona, Talladega, Volusia, and, of course, Circuit de Spa. Also on the schedule, not for the IROC series that you're watching here tonight. We do have a pretty good race coming up in just a couple of weeks. We will head to the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Circuit coming up. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. And another notable new track to the schedule this season. We will be heading for the first time ever with the super late model to run at the Miami Homestead Speedway. So that's going to be an interesting race too. Of course, we're going to wrap up the season once we do head to the Pocono International Raceway on, it looks like that is April 14th for the championship round. Before we get to that championship round, though, we got to get through this race here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Which one of these drivers are going to be drinking an old Milwaukee after this one in Victory Lane? So it'll be Woodard, Randy Johnson, Peyton Johnson, Jeff Bergner, Ryan Johnson, your top 5 here when we go back racing. Looks like Cody Levitt going to tag the back of the field here. Craig Hawkins also getting his lap back, so everybody on the lead lap here as the iRacing pace car will dive it in this time, and here we go. Back to the loud pedal they go. Over halfway home in this one, and Vernon Woodard going to lead us into turn number 1. Great run, though, out of turn 2 as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Randy Johnson. He'll get to the inside, and Woodard going to slam the door. Johnson going to give him a bump. Woodard going to go up the track. Johnson lays on the back bumper of Vernon Woodard, and Woodard going to lose the race lead. New race leader for the second time here tonight, as our third leader of the night is Randy Johnson. Vernon Woodard led every lap but one when Cody Levitt got the lead a lap under the yellow flag, and now Randy Johnson going to insert himself out front. Right now, it's the 3 Johnsons. Johnson, Johnson, and Johnson. The big Johnsons are wild here in Milwaukee. Ryan Johnson looking to the inside here on Peyton Johnson. As it looks like both of them slide. One goes high, one goes low. Now Peyton's trying to gather up the old girl. Cole Day's also lurking into the background. He'll now dive into the inside of that green number 15, and Peyton gonna hold Cole honest down to the inside. Quincy Atkins stuck to the outside. One of them going around. It's the driver out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 38, Cody Levitt, has gone around to bring out the third caution flag of the evening. Question being, though, did he have any help? As find out. Watch that purple number 38 machine. Goes down into the corner. Oh! Hancock looks like possibly drove it in just a little bit deeper than Cody Levitt was. Spins the 38 around. Right on board here with Levitt. This is our Heroes with Racing onboard camera. Looked like Levitt was going to be all right until he got the second tap, which turned him around hard into the outside wall. Bringing out the caution flag. One driver looks like he's coming to pit road. It'll be the 37 of Cole Day. Here comes the 88, the 40. Here comes the 5 also of Jordan Smith. So some drivers will take advantage of this and come to pit road. It looks like here's the 31, the 04. Here comes the 38. So a slew of drivers making an attempt here to come to pit road. Two Johnsons still out front. Randy and Ryan. It's the R. Johnsons. Then it's Bergner. Peyton Johnson. Vernon Woodard. Woodard losing the race lead there on that restart, falling back to the 5th spot. And as we pace here at the Milwaukee Mile, race fans, you're watching the Salt Flat IROC series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We'll be back after this message. Welcome back here to the Milwaukee Mile, race fans. You're watching the Salt Flat IROC series, round number 4. And your race leader is Randy Johnson with Ryan Johnson to his outside. We're getting ready to go back racing. As you see the lights on the old iRacing pace truck, they are off. So he will turn off the speedway, making that left-hand turn. It's 41 laps in the books. It'll be 42 laps officially in the books as the iRacing pace track makes that left-hand turn. Restart right here. Green flag back into the air. Great start by both Johnsons. Oh, Bergner going to tag the wall. He gets a piece of that inside wall there, going down to the turn 1. Quincy Atkins now going to go around, and the green flag's going to stay out there 4 wide. Now to turn number 2, Jeff Bergner having issues. He's going to slam the inside wall. Bergner going to slam the inside wall with the number 21 machine. Something has broke on the 21. He's staying off the racing surface. What a night it could have been for Jeff Bergner. It's not going to be a winning machine anymore. 2 Johnsons down into turn number 1. Vernon Woodard's taking back the 3rd spot. It looks like Peyton Johnson's back there running into that 4th position. Dobbs now runs 5th. Todd Poston back there running in the 6th position. There comes his teammate, the 61 of DJ Mitzel. DJ Mitzel out of North Dakota. And here's an interesting fact for you race fans. DJ Mitzel's temperatures over the last couple of days in North Dakota have been warmer than the temperatures down in Texas. So right now, Stephen Pugh, the driver out of Texas, working at Mitzel's inside. Usually you think it would be the opposite way. That North Dakota driver having to throw logs into the fireplace just to keep warm. Right now, Stephen Pugh's trying to bundle up and run some iRacing here tonight. Well, Pugh can't be that cold. He's going to pick up that spot from DJ Mitzel. That'll put Mitzel back into the 10th position. Bergner still sitting down on pit road. Here comes the 37 of Cole Day. He's looking to the inside of that number 62 of Colton Farrell. They will go 3 wide with DJ Mitzel to the outside. Here comes the number 40 of Josiah Millen now. Millen smelled blood in the water, and he attacked the 62 of Farrow. So that's going to put Colton back to 13th. Millen now going to be looking for 11th as he'll look to the inside of that number 61 of DJ Mitzel down into 3. Out of turn number 4, Josiah Millen will pick up that position. So as Josiah picks up position number 11, his biggest fan right now is Kyle Lesher out there probably screaming at the top of his lungs, "Go, Juicy J." At the front of the field, though, the only one that's screaming is Randy Johnson, waving a stick right now, saying, "Ryan, would you just leave me alone? Go away." Vernon Woodard is still setting a pretty good, strong pace here. He's sitting about, called about a little over a second back off of Randy Johnson, as one of them trading some positions. That's the number 5 of Jordan Smith. He's way down against the inside wall. Colton Farrow just got around that number 5 of Jordan Smith. I'm not sure if he tagged the outside wall. Hope will get around that number 61 of DJ Mitzel. Mitzel now the driver that's hung to the outside. So Mitzel now has dropped, it looks like, 4 positions in the last 3 laps, as now he'll find the bottom of the speedway in front of the 88 of Jamie Leach. Will he be able to hold on to that spot? Well, that's going to be the question that everybody is asking right now, because DJ's just been in a backward slide. Now you see Doug Neal, he just picked up a position from Quincy Atkins, so that'll put Doug Neal into the P number 6. Racing Jason just out ahead of him. On board here with our Simbox driver. Doug told me he spends a lot of time down in the workshop getting those button boxes set to ship out for everybody. Great customer service also, race fans. If you're looking for a button box, definitely hit up Doug Neal over at Simbox, at Simbox PC on Facebook. I just heard a customer received a button box that unfortunately got messed up in shipping, and Doug Neal paid for the shipping and sent out a brand new button box immediately to his customer. So customer service by Doug Neal, top notch and highly recommended, as he looks to the inside here on Racing Jason. Jason gonna give the inside, but he's not gonna give a lot of room. He's gonna make Doug Neal earn this position number 5. Neal trying to break into the top 5 here tonight. It's where he started. He started 5th and fell back. He was running as low as 15th. One driver sideways off of turn number 4. That's the 62 of Colton Farrow. Colton really hanging on to it. I think he saw a table down there at the entry to pit road that he was thinking about jumping on and smashing, and then thought otherwise. Quincy Atkins took a bid to the inside of the driver out of Tennessee, but was not able to complete the pass on Racing Jason. 23 circuits to go. That's 23 miles of racing. And yes, race fans, I just did that math by myself. 1 mile track times 23. It's 23 miles. 23 miles of racing. Quincy Atkins does pick up that spot. Todd Poston going to go up into the outside wall, coming out of turn number 2. Todd Poston goes into the wall. Stephen Pugh getting pressured by, well, Jordan Smith, 2 drivers out of the Texas area. Jordan right now, though, not back home in Texas. He's at college, so not sitting at home in Plano, Texas currently. As he'll slide it off the corner. It looks like Jamie Leach going to pick up a spot there. Actually, he's battling with the 26, trying to hold on to position number 15. Patrick Smith out here. He told me the goal tonight for this 79 crew was to complete every lap. Complete all the laps. Don't get in any rags. Just bring the car home in one piece. It's been a really rough start to the season for Patrick Smith. He comes in running 18th in the points. He did pick up 6 positions after the Las Vegas race, where he finished in the 11th spot. Finished 20th at Auto Club and a 20th at Michigan. So he was really hoping to break that streak right here, but tonight it looks like he's a little bit down on the speed charts and maybe a little crinkle on that right front. So currently Patrick Smith running back here. Oh, Cody Levitt really having some handling issues on that 38 machine. A lot of nose damage to that car. Out front, though, you cannot separate these two. It's Randy Johnson, it's Ryan Johnson, and Vernon Woodard still sitting back there about 2.5 seconds back behind this race pace for the front two. Setting blistering lap times. Last time by for Randy Johnson, it was a 30.93. For Ryan Johnson, it was a 30.99 second lap. As here comes Ryan, he's going to take a peek to the inside. He's going to make Randy be real honest on the line that he's going to choose here. It'll be 18 circuits to go this time by. Has a little slide there. Ryan Johnson going to slide the tires just a bit. Remember, these were your top two drivers in the points championship hunt. So they had to start at the back of the field tonight. And right now they run 1 and 2. Randy came in as the points leader. Ryan came in as position number 2 in the points. As one driver around. 38 of Cody Levitt has gone around, and that'll bring the caution flag out for the 4th time here tonight. With 17 laps to go, the caution flag is going to fly, and Levitt's been having some handling issues out of turn number 4, and it looks like it may have just bit the driver out of Las Vegas. Levitt was 3rd in the championship standings coming into the night, and the night that he's been having, it has not been good. He did pick up a bonus point for leading a lap, so he'll walk away with a bonus point tonight, but that might be the highlight of his night as he now goes 1 lap down to the race leaders. Let's take a look back here on a Raise Energy drink or replay and see what happened to Levitt. Oh, hammered into it. You heard him hit the limiter immediately, and he spins it around and locks him up. And as he locked him up, the race leader's going right by there, and the caution flag is going to fly. Right on board here with Levitt. Yep, just broke the tires loose, and around she's going to go. So as that puts us under our 4th caution flag of the evening, with now to be about 13 laps to go when we turn them back loose. I don't believe anybody's going to be coming to pit road unless they have a spare set of tires left down there. And let's see, does Randy Johnson come to pit road? I don't believe he will. Cody Levitt, he's going to come to pit road. He needs to come to pit road with the damaged and worn out tires that he has. Let's see if he has a set down there on pit road. So let's take a look. Biggest mover of the race right now, well, he is your race leader of Randy Johnson. He has picked up 21 spots here tonight. Picking up the next most, well, it's a driver right there. It's Ryan Johnson. They have picked up the most spots. You'd have to go all the way back here to Quincy Atkins, Cole Day running 6th and 7th to find another pair of drivers. There's only right now, it looks like 5 drivers that have picked up double-digit spots. That's Dobbs, Day, Atkins, Johnson, and Johnson. Everybody else, the next biggest mover through the field is going to be Jordan Smith. He's picked up 8. And then Peyton Johnson picked up 4, and Stephen Pugh has picked up +2 spots. Russ Hancock also picking up 4 spots. Russ Hancock, unfortunately, away from home on the bike circuit. Well, he missed last week's race, so he had to start virtual actually at the tail end of the field. And, you know, race fans, we kind of touched on that before we came live here tonight. The starting lineup is set based on points. It's an inverted points field. And while Russ Hancock did not make last week's call to the green flag, so he did not make consecutive races. So now next week, if Russ Hancock would be outside that top 20, he would start towards the front of the field since he was here this week. Drivers like, it looks like Brad Becker's not here, and Brandon Crossland Yes, they will be scored 26th and 25th on the points championship hunt, but they missed tonight's race, so if they show up next week when we do head to the Kansas Speedway, they will have to tag the rear of the field. iRacing pace truck lights are off. It'll be 13 to go at the line, 13 miles of racing to decide this. Once the pace truck dives in, it will be up through the 4-speed gearbox. As you see everybody's car jumping a little sideways on that green flag. Randy Johnson going to get a great start, but it will pull that number 3 right up behind him. And then this is on board with Ryan Johnson. See everybody else behind him. One of them going to go sideways. I believe that's big Peyton Johnson. Big Peyton Johnson. Stephen Pugh, Racing Jason also involved in this one. Patrick Smith may have had to go off track to avoid this. So a good night for Peyton Johnson may have just gone up in a cloud of smoke in turn number 1. Let's watch it back. Oh, Quincy Atkins into the side of the 15. Dobbs and Millen nowhere to go. Pugh nowhere to go. He's involved. Valenzuela just stopping. Dobbs going to have to back her up to turn her loose, and Johnson still sitting up against the outside retaining wall. See, we have a different angle here. Let's actually see if we can. Right there it is. Yeah, there's the contact. It's going to be Atkins into. Let's see everybody just pile in. Tough break. Peyton Johnson here running so well, running in that 5th position. Teammate Doug Neal was just looking to the inside. Could have been a solid night. You know, we talk about Peyton Johnson and the struggles it has been for him this season as he comes to pit road. Peyton Johnson was 16th in points, and the finishes, he says, this year are just not there for him. He did start on the pole back at Michigan, the only qualifying session we had in the IROC series to set the field for race number 1. And then it was a 25th place finish at Las Vegas. That's at Auto Club, and a 13th place finish at Las Vegas. 10th back of the season opener at Michigan after qualifying on the pole. He says he just doesn't know what to do to get speed out of these super late model IROC machines, as it's just not fast for him. Tonight, though, turning tons of practice time. And we talk about practice times. A lot of these drivers get it here on their iRacing rigs early to get to turn laps. It is a custom setup, which is brought to us by the guys over at Pay to Win Setups. Make sure you go over to Facebook if you're looking for a custom setup, race fans. Pay to Win Setups doing all the IROC setups this season. But Johnson was out there turning practice laps, and you know, he spent like an hour turning some laps, and he sent me a message, and he goes, boy, is this car going to be crazy tonight. Well, I asked him for what his fuel calculation was. He came back with like 74 laps, and I'm like, I believe that's a little much on the fuel run. Told him he might have the wrong setup in. Well, by golly, didn't it come back with, yep, he had the wrong setup in. So Peyton had to go back out there with the right setup and then turn some more laps. And it actually started to look like it was paying off for Peyton, because that car looks very, very quick here tonight. So he'll tag the back of the field, 21st starting position for him. The lights are still on the pace truck. That means we're going to go around at least one more time before we turn them back loose. While we're here under this caution flag, though, we do got to thank all the sponsors coming into the night for the IROC Series. Your IROC Series brought to us by Griffith Stone. You got Stone in the field, Griffith Stone could haul it away. Finesse Laser Designs coming on board. You have something that you need laser etched and engraved, hit up Finesse Laser Designs. Of course, Racing with Heroes always coming on board here. Taz Motorsports this season, being on the quarter panel of this IROC. Jordan Henn Racing, a longtime sponsor with the IROC Series. Make sure you check out all those sponsors on Facebook. All of them have Facebook pages. And of course, check out Raise Energy, bringing you not only the hood sponsor, but also the replay caution flags here tonight. Pace truck ready to dive in, and it's ready to drop the hammer. 8 laps, 8 miles of racing here at the Milwaukee Mile. Truck in. Randy Johnson going to pace the field down into turn number 1. He's going to take a huge arc down there, and he's actually going to get a great start. Vernon Wood are also going to get a good start there. He's all over the back bumper there at the number 3 of Ryan Johnson. One of them going to go around mid-pack. Caution lights are going to come back out onto the speedway. This one's going to take us real close to the end of this one. Looks like, the 17 of Hawkins. It looks like Racing Jason also involved in this one. I think Jason may have just been in the wrong place once again at the wrong time. Let's take a look back here at what happened to Greg Hawkins. It's your Raise Energy Drink replay. See him looking to the inside here. And a big stack up there. Millen checked up. Hawkins checked up. Valenzuela stayed in it. And, oh boy, Peyton Johnson. Looks like he got a big piece of this. Right on board here with Big Johnson. Oh, yeah. And that's where Dobbs comes in, and oh boy. So call it 3 cars heavily involved. Bring out the caution flag. There you see our onboard camera here. See that right front fender very tore up on Peyton Johnson's machine. Whole car looking like a crinkled up seltzer can. There's your 2 race leaders. It was a great start that time by Randy Johnson. Ryan Johnson was being pressured by Vernon Woodard. Doug Neal was still holding serve also. And how about a rebound of the night? That goes to Jordan Smith. He has driven that 5 machine back to the front for the 2nd time here tonight. It doesn't look the healthiest of cars, but, well, it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to finish, is what all the drivers actually say. So right now, Jordan Smith going to refire this one in 7th. Patrick Smith has picked up a couple spots since we tuned in to see where he has been. Danny Valenzuela, also the other driver that started on the front row. He's back here running in 17th, and looks like Valenzuela may be dropping to the tail here. Are the lights out around the speedway? It looks like they are still on. So as they're on, race fans, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to wet the old whistle, and we'll be back here for the conclusion of round number 4 for the Salt Flat IROC Series.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans. As you see, they are assembled in single file formation. Well, the lights on the iRacing pace truck are off, and we're getting ready to go racing. It'll be a shootout. It'll be 3 laps, and this will not be counted as our overtime attempt here tonight. So 3 laps to decide this one. Johnson, it's Randy Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Vernon Woodard, Doug Neal, Quincy Atkins, your top 5. Cole Day, Jordan Smith, Todd Post, and Colton Farrow, Jamie Leach, your top 10. iRacing pace truck in and off the racing surface. Green flag back into the air, and oh, Ryan Johnson getting a terrible start. Here comes Vernon Woodard. He's going to dive into the inside in turn 1. They're going to lean on each other. Tiny Horse going to lose a spot. Here comes Cole Day taking a peek to the outside. Going to get around Doug Neal. Quincy Atkins going to take a peek to the inside. Not going to quite have the run. Here comes Ryan Johnson, though, back to the inside into turn number 3. Vernon Woodard may have snookered him on the restart, but here comes the racing veteran to get the popsicle sticks. It'll be 2 laps to go. It'll be Randy Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Vernon Woodard, your top 3. Battling back here. Oh, Smith into Atkins. It's going to turn him around. The caution flag's going to come back out. And we are going to overtime here at Milwaukee. Seventh caution flag of the evening flying here at the Milwaukee Mile. Jordan Smith into the backside of that number 75 with 2 laps to go. So as everybody tries to catch the pace car to see where they're going to be scoring the Raise Energy Drink. Yeah, right there into the back. We've seen that a couple times here tonight. Colton Farrell got into Smith there too, and then Jamie Leach, nowhere to go, had himself a very clean race going in the 88. Now going to be tied up and in this one, and he's going to go from running inside the top 15 now to shotgun, which should be about the 22nd position. Yeah, you could hear Smith hit the hooks, and he tried to dive it to the inside, but that wall was there. He knew he was driving it in farther than what it looked like Atkins was gonna. Unfortunately, that wall was there, and it looks like Atkins showing his displeasure there with Smith down the back straightaway. So that's our Raise Energy Drink caution flag replay here for the 7th time tonight. The race fans, everybody likes a little extra racing, don't they? Well, you're going to get it here tonight. Looks like the wave around recipient going to be that number 21, Jeff Bergner. Driver out of Utah. He'll tag the back of the field. So, boy, we just saw Vernon Woodard get one heck of a restart there. Snookered that number 3 of Ryan Johnson. Will he be able to do it again? We'll have to see. Or maybe Doug Neal is going to pull a rabbit out of the hat. How about Todd Poston? We talked about him earlier in the show, the driver out of Chester, Virginia. He's more of a super speedway driver. That's what gets him in here into the IROC series, winning a championship on super speedway racing. Still having himself a very solid run, running 6th behind Cole Day. He's 1 spot ahead of Colton Farrell for the time being. I mean, here's another driver we haven't talked about. Old Mr. Consistency. The driver out of Florida. Harold Clauder has not been caught up in anything, and boy, we're going to knock on wood for old man Darrell. Darrell's running in the 8th position. Started 9th here tonight. Looks like timing and scoring starting to update. It looks like Jordan Smith is going to take the end of the longest line penalty. He'll take the 5 to the back, and it's going to hurt his chances at a solid finish here tonight. Maybe he can salvage a top 15. He'll restart back into the... Virtually, it'll be actually the 23rd position because Jeff Bergner is out there. He's multiple laps down, but Jordan Smith will have to start behind that 21 of Bergner. As do they double him up, or are we still going for the single file restart? We will double him up here. So it'll be the number 12 of Randy Johnson on the inside lane, the number 3 of Ryan Johnson to the outside, Vernon Woodard, Doug Neal, Cole Day, your top 5 positions here. It'll be a green-white checker attempt number 1. We do have a handful of them in the box of tricks here tonight. Every driver still out onto the speedway. Well, the way this one's been going, is that going to be the last caution flag we see here tonight? We're about to find out. iRacing pace truck down and away for the third time tonight. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go here at Milwaukee, and this time a lot better start by Ryan Johnson. Vernon Woodard really tried to sail it off there, but Ryan Johnson going to slam the door. Doug Neal stuck to the outside. Here comes Cole Day. He'll scoot by on the inside, and he'll have the position for the time being. Millen trying to get around his teammate a little bit deeper into the field. We'll stay right here as they're going to come out of turn number 4. Will we get to the white flag? Randy Johnson looking for it, hoping for it. White flag is up. Couple cars going around towards the back of the field. Quincy Atkins involved in that one. Donald Bennett also involved. We're going to stay right here with the race leaders as it's the final lap around the Milwaukee Mile. Good turn by both our top 2 drivers. It's going to come down to the last corner here. Last chance for, it looks like Randy's going to open up the inside just a little bit. Ryan going to throw her in there, but he's not going to do it. It'll be Randy Johnson winning round number 4 here. Ryan Johnson with the second place finish. Vernon Woodard going to hang on for P number 2. Cole Day is going to go P number 4. 5th position tonight. Doug Neal's going to pick that one up. Then it's going to be Poston finishing 6th. 7th going to Colton Farrell unofficially. And then it's going to be DJ Mitzel, Derek Lauder, Josiah Millen. What happened on that final lap there? A couple of cars going around. What happened with Donald Bennett? Well, let's go back and watch the replay here. See the number 31 of Bennett to the outside. There's the 75 of Quincy Atkins trying to get through, and they just kind of meet in the middle. As there you see, Patrick Smith with nowhere to go. He got involved in that one too. As burning them down for your race fans, the driver. It's the big unit, the first driver to win back-to-back races this season. Randy Johnson gonna pick one up. He's just going to burn them down until the motor expires here tonight. So we're going to get ready for our post-race show. Post-race show here tonight brought to us by Taz Motorsports. Don't go anywhere. Catch your Taz Motorsports post-race show after this.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here to the Milwaukee Mile. Extra innings, a little overtime, extra racing needed here tonight to decide who would win round number 4. And, well, we have a winner. So let's go down trackside for our Taz Motorsports post-race show. Let's catch up with your top 3 finishers. Coming home in P number 1 here tonight, boy, Randy, the big unit Johnson. Randy, you had to hold off some strong competition, but before you even had to hold off Tiny Horse back there, you had to drive through the field here tonight. How were you able to avoid the wrecks to finish up here, P number 1?
I was fortunate at the start of the race, starting all the way in the back, that I didn't think I was going to slice through the field like I did, but I avoided all the carnage before that first caution, and then held the track position, figured taking tires there right at that midway caution about was probably the right move, and figured to be might be more carnage the second half, and there was, and just try to hold it up front there.
Before that caution flag at the halfway point, though, you were really starting to chew into Vernon Woodard's lead that he had out there. Did you have the faster car? Did you think if this race would have went green flag that you would have had enough car left to go after that 73 who really checked out on the field?
There's no telling. It certainly would have been a race. I was chipping away at the lead, but nothing major. And especially a track like this, catching a guy's one thing, passing him is another. So who knows what would have happened? We were coming up on pit stops relatively soon, so it would have been interesting, especially with this pit road entry, green flag stops. It would have been a real show.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really practices green flag pit cycles here, as this is not one of those tracks that you see on a lot of schedules. How much practice did you put in? It was on the IROC schedule last year, but I believe Cole Day picked up the win, so now you're going to notch your name right alongside him on Season 5, though, being the first driver to ever win in the super late model IROC here at Milwaukee.
Yeah, I ran a little bit of practice with Dobbs, Quincy, Steve, and Jeff Bergner. Jeff really showed me how to run this place pretty quick, because I was pretty far off the pace. And a little about hour of running, I found a little bit more pace. But I didn't. Yeah, it was tough to pass people. You really had to wait on them, be patient, try not to use up your stuff. But it was fun. I don't really remember too much about the last time we were here. It must have been a bad result for me, but I'll take the W here.
Take the W here. You had to battle with Ryan Johnson there. Were you worried in those closing restarts at all that he was going to be able to sneak around you on the inside?
Oh, yeah, I was not liking all those cautions at the end. Each one that I was nailing and getting away, I was like, oh, there's another opportunity for him. And, starting all the way back where I did in 22nd, being the points leader, getting up to the front, I thought, oh, good, I'll secure my margin up there. And I look in my mirror, and next thing you know, Ryan's there, and he's not going to make it easy, let me walk away with it.
Yeah, he didn't let you walk away with it, but you did pass the most cars here tonight, so you will pick up the Racing with Heroes most positions gained. So congratulations on that, and winning round number 4. The red carpet is out, the microphone is yours. Who do you got to thank for parking this number 12 here in Victory Lane?
First, I got to thank good old Bergener, Dobbs, Quincy, Steve Pugh, helping out practice throughout the week, and good strategy feedback. Turn 3, putting this broadcast on, you announcing it. Danny, putting on a good series as always, and I don't know who else. That's about it.
Well, there you hear it. Your winner, the driver out of New York. Season 4 champion will be the first driver to pick up multiple wins this season. Randy the Big Unit Johnson going dancing here in Milwaukee, as I'm sure his team's got a bunch of those Milwaukee brews sitting over there ready for him to pound them down. But coming home in second here tonight, it's, well, Tiny Horse, you just needed a couple more spots. You needed a couple more laps to possibly get this done. What more could you have done to go up there and battle with Randy Johnson?
It would have been real nice if it stayed green, because I was just trying to bide my time, and hopefully it seemed that we were just a little bit better on the long runs, and I was just hoping it would stay green. And those cautions came out, and each one I got a bad restart on, like Randy was saying. I got another chance, but I couldn't seem to get the restarts down. And like he said, it's a great track. It's a lot of fun. It's fast, but passing is so difficult here, especially when the guy in front of you is just as fast.
Yeah, when you have competition like you do here on a Wednesday night, it's really hard to pass, especially when the groove is down on the bottom. Was there any transition or even a hint that the groove might move up here tonight?
No, not really. As I was working my way through the pack, I looked to the high side a couple times, and as soon as we went in the corner, I lost a ton of ground to the guys on the inside, and I was like, well, this isn't going to work. So I just tried to peek down low every time I would go to make a pass and hope they wouldn't come down.
Well, you were able to keep the nose of this number 3 clean. So we're going to head off this 1-mile track. We're going to head back to the bigger tracks. We're going to head to Kansas. How do you feel about taking the momentum here at Milwaukee, heading down south just a little bit here to Kansas?
Just going to try to piece together another good win. Hopefully come home with another podium. Or I think I messed that up. We'd like a win, but we'll settle for a podium if need be. Just going to try our best, try to stay clean and get as many points as we can. Done pretty good so far, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, maybe a little foresight there for your race fans of what Ryan Johnson thinks he's going to do next week. Ryan, though, who made it all possible here tonight?
the admins at Salt Flat, you and the booth for broadcast, and all the drivers, they make this a lot of fun, a lot of clean racing that I've seen. Taz Motorsports, mom, girlfriend, family, friends. Yeah.
Well, there you hear it. Ryan Johnson tonight goes dancing with the Taz Motorsports number 3. He'll finish second here tonight at Milwaukee. Coming home in third, it's the driver who spent half the race out front, and then the caution came out, and he was never able to rebound. Vern, what did you need to bring this 73 back to the front? It seemed like on that first stint of this race, it was a rocket. The second half, it just kind of seemed stagnant.
Yeah, probably the caution not coming out would have helped us drastically. I think we had a big enough lead going into the pits that we would have been able to keep the momentum going and possibly pulling away. I saw in the standings that Randy and Ryan were coming up through the field, and they were picking away at my lead pretty heavily. So I knew it was just a matter of time, especially if a caution got to me, that they were going to chase me down and get by me pretty quickly.
Now it's a change of pace for you here. You know, usually you're used to running towards the front, especially on short tracks. This season here in the IROC series, it's been it's been the larger tracks so far to start. This is our first, we'll call it true short track per se, as it's 1 mile in length. So you got to start up front. Was track position key for you guys here?
Oh, definitely. Starting up front, I mean, I think I started 4th, and I took the lead by lap 1, and I was able to check away. I feel like I was definitely a top 5 fastest car. Not saying that I would have been as brave as Randy and Ryan making some of the moves, because so far this season I've hit everything but the pace car, and I'd like to bring it home in a nice solid finish for Mean Streaks Motorsports.
Actually, I think under that caution flag, we did see you hit the pace car. So I think at this point you've hit everything but the kitchen sink.
I'm sure that'll happen next week.
Well, next week we do head to Kansas, so that's possible. Now, we know you're a great short track racer from the Northeast here and competing in the IROC series, but there's something that's coming on the schedule that you are very unfamiliar with. We are going to take these super late model IROCs to the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Circuit. How do you feel about that one?
Actually, I'm pretty excited about that. Some of the guys from the league I run, they convinced me to run that 24 hours of Daytona, and I was shocked how well I actually did. So I'm looking forward to a road course, and I think it'll be a chance for me and Patrick to really shine and show what we can really do for our team.
Well, that's in 2 weeks, though, Vern, but, you know, a good run for you here tonight. Who do you got to thank for that one?
Well, first off, I got to thank my teammate, Patrick Smith. He's the one that talked me into doing this league. I wasn't really all for it because I'm not much of a super speedway or a speedway guy. As you said, I'm a short track guy, but it's been fun so far. I've got to throw a huge shout out to my 2 boys. They stayed up late tonight to watch me race, Caden and Emmett. I know they're right next in the next room cheering me on, so they're definitely a huge inspiration for me. And then, of course, I got to thank you, Roger, up in the booth. I've said it plenty of times. I don't think there's anybody out there who does better than you when it comes to broadcasting.
Well, there you hear it from the driver out of the Northeast. Vernon Wood are going to finish on the podium here tonight. His boys out there tuning in. Got to give a big shout out to them. I'm sure they're about to come shower him with their juice boxes here in a little bit. But Vernon Woodard will finish here on the podium. Started 3rd here tonight. According to the timing and scoring sheet, he'll finish 3rd after leading half the event here at the Milwaukee Mile. Round number 4, though, is officially in the books, and it has gone to the Season 4 champion, picking up his 2nd win on Season number 5. Randy Johnson goes to victory lane. Take a quick look here, a peek at our unofficial results, and this is the way they came across the start-finish line to finish round 4. You heard from your top 3 notables. There's Cole Day. He picked up a ton of positions. He's moved up 15 spots here tonight. Only 3 drivers here in the field picking up double-digit positions gained tonight. That was Randy Johnson with our biggest mover of the race. Of course, Ryan Johnson and Cole Day. All 3 of them finished inside the top 5. Doug Neal is that 5th place machine. Todd Post in 6th. 7th to Colton Farrow after going for a couple rides tonight. DJ Mitzel finishes into the 8th position, picking up 5 spots gained. Darrell Clauder is 9th. And then Josiah Millen rounds out your top 10 field take a look at the rest of the field here, find where your favorite driver did cross that start-finish line, and what's coming up next in the next couple of weeks here for the IROC Series. Well, you heard us talk to the drivers. We are going to head to the Kansas Speedway. Before we head over to Mid-Ohio to do some road course racing, probably going to be the most interesting race of the season. We do head to the Dover International Speedway before we head back out west to Phoenix. Then we come back to the Midwest to run at the cornfields in Iowa before we head down to Homestead, Miami. That's going to be an interesting one to watch with these super late models. Of course, Chicagoland is on the schedule as always, and then we'll wrap up the season at the Pocono International Speedway. That's going to be probably my favorite because, well, it's right down the road here from our Pennsylvania location, our Pennsylvania studios. So one of those tracks where we can literally go out to the parking lot and call that race. But we're stay right here because it's, well, it's still going to be cold in April. But tonight here at Milwaukee on the iRacing.com platform, it was absolutely sunny skies and beautiful. Randy Johnson able to pick up those most positions. He picks up the win. Will he be able to do it next week at Kansas? Well, race fans, I guess you're just going to have to tune in next Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network when Round 5 for the Salt Flat IROC Series hits the track. Randy Johnson, Ryan Johnson, and Vernon Woodard, your top three. Race fans, we'll see you next Wednesday night with round number 5.